welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. So, I've had so many people through the studio over the years, and the lady that I'm going to introduce you to did something that I've wanted to do, but never had the ability to. I think it was ADHD. With me is Caren Boyd, and she's an author on the Treasure Coast. So my question is, why?
Why am I an author?
Yeah, why are you an author? I mean, I know, like, I have a story from my life, and we were talking about it way before we come on air.
Right.
But I have a hard time sitting down with ADHD and doing it. Why did you decide to
Why
do
did I
this?
write the book? Okay. Well, I must preface this by saying, as a young child, I was 12, and I would write short stories.
Oh, okay.
I think with the left side of my brain, very creatively, right? So I would write short stories, and I always enjoyed, writing. I enjoyed the power of the word, words. So uh, after I was a teacher, and after being a teacher and being exposed to a lot of stories for children, I decided that I wanted to write a book one day, but I didn't know what I was going to write about. And it wasn't until later on when we adopted Leggo and the I got the idea of talking about his adventures, because it part of this is from life. So that's why I decided to write this particular book about Leggo, and it just all came together.
Well, when you have a pet, there's always the adventures. I don't care what kind of pet you
Always.
have. There's always.
Always the adventures, yes.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
all the pets I've always had have been rescues,
Right.
and
That's
I
good. Thank you.
I rescued a golden many many years ago. He was 18 months old, and he had no hair, cigarette burns, stitches. He pulled him with a car. So I had a big house and a screened-in backyard with a pool, and I'd come home, and I'd see him lying on the Chase Lounge.
Yeah.
And I see his footprints coming from the pool to the Chase Lounge. He had the life after that. After that,
Did you give him a drink and an umbrella too?
no, but so I get it now, because I had gotten sick and had the things. I decided I can't walk the dog or whatever. So I have two cats now,
Yes.
and they are a handful.
Yeah, they are. We have them too.
Oh, do you?
Oh, we do.
So let's talk about Leggo for a second.
Yes.
So, what kind of breed is Leggo?
Leggo is a Florida cur, which is sort of a mix of golden retriever,
Yay.
a big yellow dog. We call him the big yellow dog.
Golden Retriever is my favorite dog.
Yeah, they're a great dog.
Okay, so you get the dog, and you rescue it. How old was the dog when you rescued
He
it?
was 5, and we
Oh.
rescued him from the Indian Riverside Animal Shelter in Vero.
Okay.
Right 2021 during COVID, we had lost our greyhound.
So he's 5.
He's 5.
So-
Now he's 5. He was 5 then.
Right.
Now he is what, 8? About 8 years old, give or take.
But he was 5, so he had a mindset already.
He did, and he charmed us.
Oh, did he?
He charmed us because he came in. We were actually going to get another dog that we saw on Facebook, and my daughter and I went. My husband just sent us. He said, "You go. I don't want to go because I know I'll be. You'll probably not want the dog I want." I said, "No, that's not true. I love all dogs." So we went to see the dog that we had chosen. Wasn't going to get along with our cats because he had a prey drive.
Okay.
And I said, "This is not going to work." So then we saw a little like Chihuahua. Wasn't going to get along with our cats
You
because
get
the
along with
cats
nobody.
would have a prey drive on
Right.
him. And then they said, "Well," I said, "Do you have any other dogs we can see?" And they said, "Well, we have a dog in the back. He's big, and he's our favorite dog. We've named him Gable, probably because he was so handsome, Clark Gable." But they said, "But you may not want him because he's like about 90 pounds." I said, "I have no problems with size. We had a greyhound. We had a Springer Spaniel. I have no problems. We did have a Chihuahua as well, but I said no problems with size, from the little ones to the big ones." So they went back and they brought him in. At that time, you couldn't go back into where the dogs were because
Right.
of COVID. So they brought him into the room. He sat. He gave one paw. It's like he was on stage. He was actually auditioning to be my dog.
And you would
He
know
gave
that
one-
because you were in theater.
That's right. He gave one paw and then the other paw. And I looked at Rachel, and he sat there like a good boy. I said, we looked at each other. He's coming with us. So he found a home.
And I tell people, you don't find the dog or the pet the pet finds you.
They do. They
Okay.
do. They choose you.
And when you got, and it happens, when you lose a pet,
Yes.
you never replace the pet.
No.
Okay.
No.
Everything is new and different.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got a 5-year-old
Mm-hmm.
with its own personality and so.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a lot of things that you had to change for Lego?
Make him, yeah, we had to help him to understand that this was his home because we had no idea where he came from. Every time he saw a person, he'd almost like be looking like he wanted to go with them. So part of me thought that maybe he had gotten out, which, as we speak, you'll find out that that may very well have happened, that he got loose. And we had to make him feel comfortable, but we have a very comfortable house, and we have a lot of love in our home. So he really, really got the idea that, hey, you know what, this ain't a bad gig.
All right, let's get back to the book.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to write this book,
Yep.
and you wanted to write a children's book.
Yep.
So you come up with the Adventures of Lego, which
Yep.
is in front of us.
Yep.
What kind of stories are in there when you talk about adventure? Like, did he? I know, like dogs, rip up. I had a dog, a beagle, many
Mhm.
many years ago, and my parents came home. Mom took her mink stole and put it on the couch, and when they came home, the pieces were all over the place. So, what kind of adventures does Lego put you through?
Okay, well, this is how I got the idea. Lego was a runner. In other words, if the door was inadvertently left somewhat open,
Yeah.
Lego would push the front door open and get out. No Lego. So, and he created a game for himself. We would immediately get, where are the car keys? Let's get in the car and let's find this dog. But he was so fast that he would run ahead of us, and we would try to get him, and he'd look back, stop, and as we got closer, he'd run faster. And this was his game, and we would lose him. Sometimes we wouldn't get to the car in time. Sometimes we'd go on foot, and he was lost. And we would ask neighbors, have you seen a big yellow dog? Have you seen a big yellow dog? And one time, two women were getting, I guess they were preparing to go kayaking, and they had the kayaks on top of their car. Couldn't find Lego. Have you seen a big yellow dog? We asked them, and they said, is that him in our car? Because their car door was open. He's sitting in the back with the kayaks on top. Guess he wants to go with us. So there was one of his little adventures. People would find him, and when we found him once in a home 3 blocks away. I don't know how we did that. I think we got on to one of the sites, and someone saw it, and I don't know how it happened, but we found him. We got him back. Obviously, we always got him back, but he went on these adventures.
Is he still doing that?
No,
Or has he settled in?
because we don't let him. Because he knows now, if he goes near that door, it's Lego. And we'd say something to him. I should really do a shout out to the trainer that trained us. There's something you do to a dog when you want them to stop, and maybe people will learn from this. You don't say no, because no means nothing to them. It could be wah wah nah wah. So you go bah. Do you know why you do bah?
Oh,
Because when a mother dog is trying to train her young and they climb all over her, she'll go rah. So that's the sound that they respond to. So we go bah, like that, and then you spray them with a little water. And
we do that
and
with the
Lego
cats
knows
too.
now. Lego
We
knows.
do that with the cats. Okay,
Yeah, it
so you
works
have
with
children?
cats. I have one child. She's 21 years old.
Okay, living at home?
She still lives at home, yes.
Okay, so how is she with the pets? Because you're a pet person.
Big time.
Okay, I don't want to say, you wrote Adventures of Lego, but you probably have about 6 more books in your head with all the other pets you have.
I do. And my daughter, she had to love animals. I mean, she had no choice, but
Right.
she did anyway. She loved cats. Cats were her favorite, and probably still are her favorite animal. But she adores Lego. Adores Lego. So she has a few cats of her own on her side of the house. So she's very much an animal lover and will always be. So she's great with Lego.
Is Lego mischievous still?
Lego,
Because you can't write a book, Adventures of, if they're not somewhat mischievous.
Lego is mischievous, but he has a sister now.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's going to be possibly a future book.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep that a little quiet because she's the mischievous one.
Really?
Yeah, she's two now.
So you have
She's
this
the
dog.
mischievous.
You write this book. I'm going to guess from the book it's a children's book.
It is a children's book, yes.
Is it directed towards children or
It's directed towards children.
okay?
I have, I think, because of the nature of the words and how long it is, it's probably directed more towards children who are maybe who can read a little bit, 4 and up to maybe 9, depending upon their reading ability. I think I have sold this to friends. I haven't done a big marketing campaign yet. That's in the future, but I have sold it to friends who actually say they read it to their little ones, and their little ones are always asking for it.
So,
There is a picture of Lego in the back too.
I'm gonna. So this is the front. I know you see it here. Okay, and this is the back.
And I'm shouting. Can I shout out to my wonderful illustrator,
Yes,
Kelly Webb?
I'm gonna
She's
just open this up.
Yeah.
So I can see. Okay,
on the back. Yes, go ahead, I'm sorry.
and no, do you shout
I was
out?
going to say the shout out is Kelly Webb.
Mm-hmm.
She is an amazing, amazing illustrator, and actually had never seen Lego. And I described Lego to her, and in the back of the book, there's a picture of Lego, and he indeed looks like the dog that she thought
This is
was looked like him.
there's some cool
Yeah,
illustrations here.
Yeah, she's good.
So it looks. Oh, there's Lego.
There's Lego.
And there's some in the book. There you wrote because I'm blind because I'm old. There's 8 facts about Lego. And I don't. You have to buy the book to find out what they are.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not telling
I'm not
you.
here to tell you. Otherwise, I sit here and read the book to you. And I could do that, but I have to put on my glasses. So, have you done any book signings yet?
I am now in the process of getting companies to give me a little area to do book signings, mostly eateries, restaurants, new places in Port St. Lucie. I have 2, but I haven't gotten the dates yet. So when I do, I will make it known.
So, my next question is this book self-published?
I published this, another shout out. I published this with a woman I met. I also do craft shows, but that's another story.
Okay.
I published this by finding a woman at a craft show. Her name is Haley Marguerite, and she had a publishing company that she was forming. She's a young woman, and she's very accomplished, and she said, I can help you do this. I can help you publish it. So I did go through her, and she's the one that actually started me off doing this, which I will always be indebted to you, Haley. If you're watching this, I will make sure you watch this so you know.
You
that
know,
I did a shout out for you.
again, the text is big enough for a child to sit and work with,
Yes.
and it's also big enough for people that are older who have grandchildren or children to read.
Yes.
Okay, and illustrations for the kids to look at. So you have the book.
The book.
Did you have when you decided to do this? This is a question I ask almost everybody. Did you have family support?
Big time.
Because without that, you almost can't really get any. It's very hard to accomplish something if you don't have family support.
Big time. I actually, prior to even writing this and even knowing what I was going to write about, my mother, who may she rest in peace, she's deceased, she always told me to write a book about my animals. And I dedicated a couple of lines to my mom. She's the dedication.
You know,
I dedicated to her. Thanks, Mom.
So for me, when I see this, it kicks in this jealousy factor because I always wanted to write a book.
You can.
Well, it's not as easy when you can't look. You can't do something for 2 minutes without saying, "Oh, look, there's a squirrel." Oh.
Well, you're sitting with me for longer than 2 minutes.
Yes, but
So you
because
can.
for me, this is a skill set that I have. You know, I don't script anything, and I enjoy people,
Yes.
and I enjoy learning about people, and I
Yes.
enjoy learning about people who do things that I can't do.
Right.
Okay, so I can deal with my jealousy factors. But so how does someone get the book?
I do have right now. I do not have a website yet, but
That's coming, guys,
It
so
is
just hang
coming.
tight.
It is coming. I have. I'm working on it as we speak. I also I have an email. Aside from that, I have an email. But
Okay.
other than the email, if you want to get a hold of me, you can always email me at my personal email. I haven't yet gotten a platform for this to
Well,
be
this
on,
is
but it will
just so
be.
you know how lucky WRPB is. We get people in here before things get published or are out. So you guys are blessed to get the first shot at dealing with this. And her number was on the screen.
Yes, you can call me and leave a message, and I'll be sure to help you out.
And I think if you search Caren Boyd on Facebook, you can probably
Karen
find it.
Rosenberg Boyd. If you see that, that's my personal Facebook. But I can on Instagram. It's Carrie Cat, I think. But anyway, I don't. Like I said, I don't have a formal way of getting in touch with me aside from my phone number.
Check the book out.
Yes,
Um,
they can also come to you.
yeah, and I'll know where
You'll
her
know.
book signings will be because I'm
Yes,
going
you
to keep in
will.
touch
Yes.
with her. Guys, I've said it a million times. People do what their heart tells them to when it comes to writing. My mother-in-law's a writer, and she wrote a bunch of books, never published them, and for her birthday 4 years ago, I published one of her books. I self-published one of her books. There, there's a love that goes into this that's really, really hard to find, and I can't stress to you that if you have kids or grandkids, you should definitely look out for this book. It's called The Adventures of Leggo with two G's by Karen Boyd.
G's.
Yep.
Two G's. Not
Two-
like the toy.
Right.
Two G's.
right. And
My daughter named him.
try to get the understanding of what this does when you read it to your child or your grandchild, how it gives a bond. And within the books like this about a pet, especially here about a dog, somebody young enough will take the information from this book and see what it's like to have a dog and take care of a dog.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I must also make sure that I make mention of the message of my book,
Okay.
which is extremely important.
Go for it.
The reason that I wrote about the book was my love for animals, my love for Lego, my love for what his adventures. But I coupled that with the issues that we have today, and then I won't tell you anything about what's in the book, the specifics, but the message is about technology and how families are so taken with their technology, they lose sight of what's important in life. So you have the dog, you have my dog, you have the love of animals in there, you have, how much we do love Lego, but we also have the fact that Lego gets out because Lego is sad and bored because no one is paying attention to him because they're all paying attention to their technology.
Ah.
So that's another opening for parents to discuss with their children as young as they are, because 2 and 3-year-olds
Yep.
have tablets and have
It's terrible.
you need to stress how important. Yes, technology is not going away. We need it. It's important. I mean, my own daughter plays games all the time, and we suffer from too much technology in our home. My husband is a trained graphic designer. However, it's very important to remember what's important is family, and animals are part of our family.
We had technology as kids, two cups and a string. That was our phones, our cell phones. No, we were blessed because passing that, we got walkie-talkies because
Right.
they came out. It was a pleasure having you on.
Pleasure. Thank you,
Karen,
Mike.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Everybody, check the book out, and we'll be right back.